Hello everybody, Wild Bill for America here with Booger the Wonder Cat. It's time for Coffee with Bill. Let's see what kind of nonsense we can find today. Common Core is back in the news. 15 years ago, we were all outraged at the liberal educators who had already decimated America's school system when they started ramming this Common Core education through, totally ignoring the outcries of the American people, as they usually do. Well, today, Betsy DeVos, Secretary of Education, said the results have been devastating. Students around the world are regularly tested in math, science, and reading abilities, and where the USA was once first in the world of education, we are now almost last. The students of communist China are a full 21 places ahead of us. This is what liberalism does with everything it touches, and one of the greatest crimes of the USA has been allowing flaming liberals to seize control of our education system. And in my occasionally humble opinion, there are a lot of liberals out there who have deliberately wrecked our education system because, first of all, they don't like the USA, and secondly, they thought it was unfair for the USA to be so much further ahead than third world countries. No one who is ashamed of the United States should ever be allowed to teach our children. And while we're at it, no one who is ashamed of the United States should ever occupy the White House. And that pretty much eliminates the entire Democrat Party. If John F. Kennedy were alive today, he would be sick to his stomach to see what the Democrats have become. Speaking of education, many states want to start teaching LGBT history. Fine, let them start with Sodom and Gomorrah, two Middle Eastern cities that God literally incinerated specifically because of their rampant homosexuality. That should be the starting point for any class on LGBT nonsense. I see the Democrats with their impeachment agendas are continuing to drag America down the path to communist-style secret hearings. Nobody should be surprised by this. The Democrats love communists. They hail men like Fidel Castro as great heroes. Castro, who dragged husbands and sons out of their homes in the middle of the night, put them up against a wall and shot them without even giving them a trial. Che Guevara, stay away from the camera, you booger. Che Guevara, Castro's chief executioner, said, "I don't have to prove that a man is guilty of a crime. I just need to show that he needed to be executed." And yes, that is the level of justice that the left would like to bring to the USA. And Hillary Clinton would love to be America's first dictator. I do believe that 2020 is the do-or-die year for the Democrat, communist, socialists who want to dismantle American freedom. Now, if Trump wins another term, he just might have a fighting chance at draining the swamp. But if the Democrats win, well, let's just say there's going to be a storm in the USA. See, President Trump has officially changed his home state from New York to Florida. More evidence that our president is a brilliant man. MoneyWise.com has released a survey of the cities that people are fleeing from the fastest. The top three: San Francisco, New York, and Los Angeles. No surprises there. All Democrat strongholds. San Francisco is known for being the world capital of sexual perversion. New York, famous for its crime and outrageous taxes. And Los Angeles, famous for its world-class pollution. And I think it's still the world capital of pornography. Thank you, Democrats. And all of these cities are financially wounding their citizens with their outrageous taxes and fees and stupid laws. In New York City, if you're talking to a man who thinks he's a woman and you refer to him as him, $250,000 fine. That's just idiotic. They are trying to terrorize people into bowing down before the LGBT monsters. Well, listen up, New York. Bruce Jenner is still a man. He will never be a woman. In fact, now that I think about it, he's also pretty much a failure as a man also. Well, the 2020 elections will be on us before we know it. and it is going to be the most massive voter fraud in American history. The Democrats know that they cannot defeat Donald Trump, so they're going to go all out to simply cheat. And part of their strategy will be intimidating voters. I am convinced that that is why Antifa has arisen in the USA. For the first time in American history, I fear that Americans may have to actually fight their way to get to the polls. I did a video a few days ago called Antifa Showdown 101, where I talked about how to take on Antifa and the laws that apply to patriots who are going to stand up to Antifa. Got a huge response online. So be watching for Antifa Showdown 201. In the next video, I'm going to address the proper use of guns in dealing with Antifa. That should be a hot topic. Oh, California wildfires. The people out there are concerned about a rash of burglaries and home lootings from men dressed as firefighters. Hey people, it's California. They have lowered their hiring standards so low that these looters just might be real firefighters. Well, let's leave it at that. This has been Coffee with Bill. Thanks for watching, and America bless God again.